So I was about to get started on the next part of the rafting pattern series. So if you haven't checked that out and you're interested, go take a look. But today I got a package in from eBay. Shocking. I purchased another head. I didn't need another head, but yet here another one is. So this one, I thought it'd be fun to maybe open up on camera and get my initial impressions. I got a pretty decent deal on it. That's kind of one of the rules of thumbs that I've, now that my collection's kind of grown to a size where it's I've got heads stashed all over the place. That I only purchase a head if it's a good deal, and I think that if I, if somebody don't want it, I could, turn around and flip it or hang it and sell a completed axe and certainly get back what I've put into it so far. So with that in mind, this is from a manufacturer that I've got a number of other heads from, and I've got a little bit of a collection going. It's a slightly different than some of the other ones I have, so I'm excited to add it to the collection. Hopefully it lives up to my excitement for it, but I suppose that's why you're actually going to watch this. You're going to look and see. So, crack into it. So, the seller who sent it did a good job packaging it up, especially since it's, just an axe. It's certainly a larger box than it needed to be, so it probably means ample packaging. Seems like it showed up in one piece, so that's always good. If you're curious what knife I'm using, it's a crown lifter. I believe it's a Great Eastern Cutlery. So, nice little Warncliffe blade. It's a high carbon steel blade too, so that's why you get a little bit of the rust on it, because they do carry it every so often. It also does have the cap lifter, as you can see from the name. You can also see the Great Eastern Cutlery tang stamp. It's a really nice knife. I enjoy carrying it. Maybe you can already tell from the from far enough away the stamp, but it is a Craftsman. So that's one of the brands that doesn't get talked about nearly as much in the axe community as some others like True Temper and Collins and whatnot. But it's a brand that I really do think makes a quality head, and I enjoy collecting them. So one of the things that drew me to this one is the kind of pronounced, I don't know if you'd call it phantom bevels, but I was always under the impression that when it has that hard line there, it's you call it a Yankee bevel. And so, however you want to choose to name it, Yankee bevel, phantom bevel, but it's a nice little boy's axe. See, it's got a nice high, make sure we focus here, nice high center line. It's thicker up in the cheeks here, and that's part of what the goal of those phantom bevels or Yankee bevels is to kind of take out weight and surface area, so it shouldn't pinch as bad and get stuck as nearly as much, but also maintain that higher center line for popping chips. A little bit of pull damage, but not too much. With a lot of the Craftsman heads, you see a couple other uncommon stamps with it, like an F3, or which is appears to be what this one is. Maybe it's an 8. I think it's an F3. So let's see, F3, F5, F8. Not really sure what the origin behind those stampings are, but then as far as the Craftsman's go, this is what you call the double oval stamp. And from my research that I've done, the double oval stamp isn't the oldest stamp on the head or the Craftsman line, but it's definitely up there. I believe the first stamp that Craftsman came out with for their axe head, usually referred to as the Sing Song stamp, and it's the Craftsman logo in an oval where the text kind of goes up and down. So that's the oldest, and I believe the next oldest is. Bear with me. Let's pull down some other Craftsman tests. He's even trying to look. So that's another one that's got the double oval. Another double oval. This one here. Another double oval. Another boy's axe head. That one's in really nice condition. You can see the pull stamp is, or the pull is super clean and untouched. When I did get this one, it actually had a little bit of remnant of red paint on it, but as soon as I started cleaning it up, that paint seemed super chalky. I think it was just UV baked from over the years, and it just flaked right off. So unfortunately I couldn't save it, but probably should have gone at it with a little less aggressive with cleaning it up, but the head's still in great condition. I do have another Craftsman here. It does have the other stamp, so I'll probably edit this and then cut back in once I can actually find it. So I didn't plan on it turning into a whole Craftsman collection, but that seems to be where it's at now. So these are all of the Craftsman axe heads that I have. So let's see if I can zoom in here. So you can see the majority of them are double ovals, which I don't believe, like I was saying, I don't believe it's the oldest stamp. That's the Sing Song, and then I believe the next style stamp that they went to was the single oval, which just has parts of it are in good condition, and the other parts are needing some love. So I bought this one thinking it was in better condition than it was, but again, I still got a good deal on it, so I'll eventually end up cleaning it up. But it is a good example of the stamp itself. So that is the second oldest stamp as far as my research and understanding goes. I've got a nice double bit that I haven't done anything with yet, but also has that oval stamp, and you can see that weight as well as that F designation. So this is another F8. So I'm not sure if that's the factory that it was made at or what, but you do see those common with a lot of the Craftsman tools. And then the next head stamping that they go to is this style here. So they call that the Big C. And there might be another one in between that, I'm not sure. This is a little, some people call them sounding hatchets, some people call them sportsman's hatchets, or little Beltax hatchets. This is one that a very good friend of mine gave to me, so that's a very nice sentimental one for my collection. It's really similar size to the Vaughn Sub-Zero sportsman hatchets that Vaughn used to make. I really like using this one for carving. Super lightweight, and you can get a lot of control with it. So, and then the next style stamp that they went to was the this is a Craftsman hammer from my grandfather. It's just the standard Craftsman stamp. And a lot of the later iterations you see will have the 2 or 3 lines next to it, and those usually are the newer ones. So now I've gone off on my tangent. I believe all the double oval stamps and the earlier ones are approximately pre-World War II. So a lot of them are really pretty old heads. And from what I can tell, all the ones that I've seen, they've got great geometry. So I need to work on getting more of them hung, so I can actually get out and use them. But yeah, so that's the most recent addition to the Craftsman collection. So you can see those phantom bevels or Yankee bevels. I tend to call them Yankee bevel, but by all means, if you are more knowledgeable on the subject, please correct me and then let me know the differences between them. But I just thought those looked really cool. And because this one already has had some cleaning up done, I will most likely kind of freshen up that pole a bit, and clean it up a bit, and sharpen it up and turn it into a user. I mean, just love that geometry. It's nice and thick in the cheeks there. Tapers nicely. Nice high center line. So, thanks for taking a peek, and I'll get these heads tossed into a pile and start working on my probably the last part for the rafting pattern build. Thanks for tuning in.